Chapter 8, Faraday's Mirror. Mirror, mirror in the tub. As they entered Byron's room, he noted that everything metal, which wasn't attached to the walls or floor, had been removed from the bathroom and sat in a disheveled pile. The curtain rod, now bent, leaned up against the wall. They didn't put any screws or a plate in your arm, Cole asked. Nope. It was a clean break. Why? I didn't want the mirror to yank them out or anything. It's only magnetic from the outside, but it's pretty strong. All of the forces on the inside cancel each other out. Did you decide how we're going to test it? Cole shooed Harold out of the room. The dog whimpered from the hall and his claw slid down the door. I'm going to start by throwing some things through it. Then try using Mom's digital camcorder. Wait, the one Uncle Bruce gave to her for Christmas? That's like $2,000. Have to, he answered. The old one uses magnetic tape and the mirror would wipe the recording. Cole opened the door to the bathroom and walked in. Byron followed, so distracted by what he saw that he didn't really hear his brother's explanation. Something technical about how the magnetic polarity captures a video signal on the tape, but how a digital camera records in binary code. His attention was focused on the mirror, which sat upright in the tub. Turned off at the moment, the wire-wrapped loops coiled like a long, thin snake, trailing 2 orange power cords and a coaxial cable, all of which passed through the door into Cole's room. A bulky mechanism attached to the bottom of the loops exposing electronic parts and some circuit boards. Are you even listening? Cole interrupted his observations. Sorry. Shouldn't you enclose that electric stuff? Byron asked, gesturing at the base. I'll get to that, Cole replied. No point in sealing it all up if I need to access it. Besides, if I enclose it, I'll have to add a cooling fan. Let's make sure it works first, he sighed. Anyway, I was saying the camcorder and other more modern technology should be pretty much unaffected by the magnetic field. Anything digital has a magnet inside, of course, and while it nears and passes through the field, the recording may distort or disrupt, but once through and far enough from the field, it should return to normal operation. Got it. Are we going to plug it in or what? Cole laughed, bending to pick up the 2 cords. One much longer than the other. I plugged the short one in here. Wait 5 seconds for the effect to run evenly through the coils, then plug the second one into my wall. The rooms are on different circuits, different fuses to double the power input. Otherwise, I'd have to rewire the wall and use a dryer outlet. Anyway, he coughed self-consciously. A few seconds after they're both plugged in, the coils will harmonize and the mirror should be functioning. What's with the coaxial cable? My desktop is running data on the effect in the other room. I'm thinking of recording a video for release after we've gone public. Okay, Byron replied, concerned about the idea of going public, but too excited to see the mirror to work to care much at this point. Cole plugged in the short cord, then disappeared through the door. His slightly muffled voice carried through the opening. You may feel a bit weird as this turns on. I sure did. The coils hummed, like electricity passing through an old fluorescent bulb, but deeper in pitch. Without any other sound or indication, a small blue hole, the size of a jelly jar lid, appeared in the middle of the loops. Its edges rippled like water as it extended in concentric spirals until it filled the central opening from edge to edge. It flickered and rippled, a translucent cyan disc. Suddenly, Byron felt lightheaded, and his fingers and toes tingled, like they were asleep. He leaned back against the sink. Whoa. Yeah, Cole agreed, returning from his room. I'm calling that the Faraday effect. Near as I can figure, it's caused by the magnet pulling on the iron in your blood. It takes a few moments for your heart to compensate. As his heart rate increased and his body stabilized, Byron leaned closer to examine the mirror. It was true that he could see his own image and that of the bathroom and the surface, yet they were translucent. They flickered in and out and rippled like a reflection on a puddle in the summer sun. Through this surface, he could see depth, a scene of reeds, like those around the edge of a brook or pond, and in the distance, trees and a white-capped mountain. Beautiful as a postcard from Colorado or Montana, but tossed by a wind he couldn't feel. Cole? Byron's tone changed. Yeah, this image is wrong. I mean, I feel like looking through a window in a wall, but the window looks up out of a pond or a stream into the sky or something, like it's a skylight. It's like gravity is sideways over there. I noted that, Cole said. To me, it feels like the orientation of the place is perpendicular to here. I bet if you crawled through the mirror head first, you'd be standing upright on the other side. I've decided to call it a perpendicular dimension. But what does that even mean? You got me, Cole replied. But it sounds pretty awesome. I've got a way with words, right? Okay, Shakespeare, what now? Well, I want to throw a ball through. I figure I'll throw it straight in, and it should come out the other side traveling up. Then it should fall right back through the mirror. But hold on, he said. Would you mind filming me real quick first? Byron stood in the bathroom doorway, back from the magnetic effect, holding up his mother's camcorder. Cole looked into the camera. I just want to have this recorded, he said, to show that I did it. What you see before you, he gestured to the portal, is the first working example of a Faraday mirror built since the Victorian age. My name is Colton Oakes, and the person doing the recording is my brother Byron. He went on for about 3 minutes, delving into some of the technical aspects of the mirror, but eventually picked up a tennis ball and tossed it through the portal. After an awkward few seconds, it fell right back through and arced down as it adjusted back to Earth's gravity. It bounced around the bottom of the tub. Why was there a delay? Byron asked, lowering the camera. Yeah, it's strange. How long it took to fall back, Cole mused. Maybe gravity's weaker on the other side. The ball would fly farther and fall slower. Byron stopped the recording, and they took turns with the ball 4 more times until a bad throw landed it on the other side permanently, beyond the effect of the mirror. Houston, we have a problem, Cole chuckled. Now we'll send the camcorder through. The two moved to his room, where the brand new digital camcorder sat on Cole's bed. How are we going to get it through the mirror without going ourselves? Byron asked. Tie a rope to it and gently toss it, Cole answered. Then we can, maybe drag it back? He heard how crazy it sounded and shrugged. I guess I didn't really think that through enough. Yeah, that's just nuts. What if it lands on a rock or in the water? I mean, it does seem like we're looking up out of a pond. Mom would kill us. It's hers. Okay, so what's your plan then, Einstein? Cole sounded a bit sulky. Byron thought for a moment. Is aluminum magnetic? Not really, but it can technically become a little magnetized. Why? Well, Dad's roof rake is made of aluminum. We could lash the camera to it and send it through until it's a couple stories up. Then we can rotate it and see what we're dealing with. And you call me the genius, Cole said with admiration, clapping Byron on the back.